Welcome back to the deep dive. This week we got a truly incredible stack of sources from you, the learner. I mean, it's all over the map.
It really is. We're looking at everything from, advanced AI to the psychology of dating, and then all the way over to deep health science.
And celebrity business ventures, of course.
Right. But when you lay it all out, a clear pattern starts to emerge. And that's our mission today, to distill it all down into something you can actually use.
So what's the through line?
It really points to two big challenges. First, mastering high-tech complexity in your career. And second, mastering the psychological and biological dynamics in your personal life.
Exactly. So today we're giving you that shortcut. We're unpacking next-gen AI, the brutal truths of modern attraction, and the non-negotiable science for living a longer, healthier life.
Let's jump right into tech, this invisible revolution.
Okay, so the first major theme from the sources is this idea of the vanishing input.
Yeah, for decades we've been using clumsy inputs, right? Buttons, touch screens, keyboards, it's all mechanical. But now we're seeing this massive shift toward electrical input.
Meaning what, exactly?
Meaning we're getting closer to reading the body's pure intent.
Okay, let's unpack that, because this isn't sci-fi anymore. The sources pointed to devices like the Madrank neural wristband. It uses something called surface electromyography, MEG sensors.
And what MEG is doing is, it's just fascinating. It intercepts the electrical signals from your brain.
Before you even move.
Exactly. Before the mechanical motion even begins. Your brain decides to move your finger, a tiny electrical impulse travels down your arm, and the sensors on your wrist catch it.
So it's reading the motor intent itself.
It's reading the intent. You think it, the device already knows, you don't have to press a thing.
And here's the proof that this is scaling. We saw verified data showing Neuralink actually hit their 2025 goal for clinical deployment.
Which was what, 20 patients?
20 human patients implanted with these interfaces. This moves brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, out of the lab and into clinical reality.
And the bandwidth is the key metric here. The sources highlighted patient Jake Schneider. Using a BCI, he achieved a typing speed of 141 words per minute.
141. Without his hands.
Just think about that. It's not just about restoring function anymore, though that's incredible. It shows the human nervous system could become the ultimate command line for computers.
So that's the input. But what about the AI brain doing the thinking? There's a big philosophical split happening.
Right. You have Meta's former chief AI scientist, Jan LeCun, arguing that, general intelligence might not even exist.
His point is that human intelligence is actually super specialized.
Exactly. We're great at navigating the real world, reading social cues, that sort of thing. But we are terrible at, say, playing perfect chess or solving complex equations in our heads.
And that idea of specialization is completely remaking the chip industry.
It is. The big distinction now is between training an AI model, which is a one-time expensive thing, and inference.
Which is just using the AI day to day.
Right, and that's where everyone sees the money being made long-term, in inference.
And that's the battlefield.
Yeah.
Because for daily use, you need speed. So you're seeing specialized chips from companies like Grok and Cerebras just dominating. They handle inference way faster and cheaper than general processing.
And the telltale sign is that recent licensing agreement between Grok and NVIDIA.
The giant.
The giant NVIDIA is basically admitting that they need these specialized inference chips. They have to integrate them. The need for speed is creating entirely new market leaders.
So this has some pretty stark implications for
Oh, for sure. The prediction we saw is that by the end of 2025, we'll see a complete reduction of traditional office and admin work.
summarizing, scheduling, data entry, all that stuff.
All of it. Autonomous agents will just do it better and faster. A complete reduction is a massive claim, though. I mean, how quickly can companies actually adapt to that?
That's the big question. And the sources were clear on the strategy. It's not about fighting AI. It's about becoming an amplifier.
An amplifier.
Yeah, you have to get good at using these tools to produce, say, 5 or 10 times more than you could on your own. You amplify your unique skills.
And we saw some great practical hacks for that, like using context documents.
This one is so simple, but so powerful.
It really is. Before you ask an LLM a complex question, you just feed it a text file with all the relevant background data.
So instead of a generic answer, you get something supercharged with your specific context. We also saw tools like Prompt Cowboy for optimizing your prompts.
Or even using an LLM to fact-check your own biases on a topic. Or review a legal document like an NDA.
And you can't forget the advanced voice mode in ChatGPT. It has emotional affect now. The whole interaction feels much more human, much faster.
People are already starting to just talk to their computers to get work done. It speeds up everything.
But all this speed comes at a cost. We have to acknowledge that. The sources cited reports on how these energy-hungry AI data centers are straining the electrical grid.
And driving up consumer utility rates, this is where the tech problem bleeds right into politics.
Yeah, the sources pointed to this really striking claim.
That in deep red states like Georgia and Virginia, some rural Republican voters are reportedly voting Democrat for the first time.
And they're explicitly connecting it to their power bills skyrocketing.
Exactly. And you're seeing citizen pressure actually work. Amazon and Google had to abandon data center plans in Arizona and Indiana because of it. The cost of the AI boom is becoming very, very tangible.
Okay, so we've seen how tech is changing communication with machines. But communication is also deeply psychological. Let's pivot to what the sources said about human dynamics, about attraction.
Right, and this next section gets into what the sources called some brutal truths. So we're just going to report on these dynamics objectively. The place to start is the core attraction killer they identify.
Which is validation seeking.
Yes. When a man is constantly looking for approval, even in subtle ways, like over-explaining a thoughtful gesture, he's basically communicating, I'm not complete, I need something from you.
And women, the sources say, attached to men who already approve of themselves.
That's the key. That quiet, non-reactive confidence doesn't trigger a thank you. It triggers curiosity. It triggers investment. And that's what leads to real attachment.
This goes right to the heart of the whole nice guy trope.
Right.
The guy who's always asking for permission,
Yeah.
who defers every single decision.
He thinks he's being considerate, but he's actually adding to her mental load. He's making her the decision maker for both of them, and that's exhausting.
So true leadership, in this context, is framed as a gift.
It's an act of self-trust that allows her to relax into her feminine energy because she trusts his direction. It's not about being a dictator, it's about having your own clarity.
Okay, now let's address the claims about the feminine strategy. This was pretty intense. The sources say women operate as masters of concealment.
That secrecy and ambiguity are described as a kind of necessary armor for security.
And this leads to a very stark definition of loyalty.
It does. A woman stays when a relationship enriches her life. She leaves when it diminishes it. And the sources suggest men often confuse that early phase attraction for something permanent.
Technology just accelerates this. The sources talked about the double life, where a phone and DMs allow a woman to be both a committed partner and, well, still on the market.
Assessing her options. It's framed as an insurance strategy. The quote was, she doesn't leave the branch until she has a firm grip on the next one.
And they identified hypergamy seeking a partner of equal or superior status as a main driver here.
Right, and that this sometimes manifests outside the primary relationship.
So let's talk about intentional connection, because it's not all just strategy. The sources reminded us that intimacy isn't just one thing. There are at least 12 distinct forms.
Emotional, intellectual, even conflict intimacy.
Right.
And you have to cultivate all of them. A key practical piece was the art of intentional touch, specifically the hug.
How to give a hug that communicates more than just friendly validation.
And it comes down to a few very specific things. Calm, masculine control. Unwavering presence. Holding it just one beat longer than expected.
And that detail about letting your hand slide slowly as you pull away, that's what transforms it.
It changes it from friendly to charged. It's intentional. And finally, for men, sources said deep connection is about being witnessed.
Not just lonely for companionship, but alone in their pain.
Exactly. And that unforgettable intimacy involves a partner who can witness that vulnerability, the hidden shame, the fear without flinching.
That's a powerful transition from psychology to biology. Let's switch to the science of longevity, starting with testosterone. The sources were blunt. Medicine failed men for decades on this.
A devastating misconception that testosterone caused prostate cancer.
Which led to the castration of men for years.
It did, and the modern research is finally clear. Testosterone only activates existing prostate cancer. Treating low T in deficient men is not dangerous. The medical community is finally correcting itself.
And the benefits are huge. It brings back energy, that crucial last 5% of motivation.
The sources cited one man who, after treatment, felt such a return of dynamism that he completely reorganized his whole division at work.
And it's not just a male issue. Testosterone is vital for women's mental health. Low T is often linked to depression.
And the good news is, administration is getting easier. There are oral capsules now, like Kaisertrex, so you can avoid the risks of gels or the pain of needles.
Okay, the absolute foundation of longevity. exercise. The sources were emphatic about this. For women over 40, resistance training is the single strongest predictor of a long life.
Even over diet,
Arguably, yes. You have to think of your muscle as an endocrine organ.
like a biological pharmacy.
Exactly. It releases these things called myokines that improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation. It's key to slowing down aging. The baseline program they recommended was 4 days a week.
3 days of weight training, 1 of something like yoga.
And the focus has to be on strength, real functional strength. For the 50-plus crowd, that means strong back, strong glutes for posture, and maybe adjusting exercises like the bench press that are hard on the joints.
We also saw some really advanced nutritional concepts, specifically research into protein restriction.
This started with methionine.
A specific sulfur amino acid. When you restrict it along with cysteine, you see animals living up to 40% longer. It's incredible.
Here's another one. A diet totally deficient in tryptophan, fed to animals before major surgery, improved their survival rate from 0% to 100%.
That's just staggering. It shows how precise nutritional stress can trigger deep survival mechanisms.
For something more accessible, the sources talked about boosting nitric oxide.
The molecule for blood vessel dilation, the porn star erection diet, as one source called it.
Right, and that means foods high in nitrates, beetroot, spinach, arugula. And interestingly, non-organic beetroot might be better because the fertilizer increases the nitrate concentration.
Finally, what about personalized data? Services like Function Health are offering over 100 blood tests for about $500 a year.
But the big caveat here is that the testing is only step one. The value depends entirely on your ability to act on the data.
If seeing out-of-range biomarkers is just going to stress you out, it might actually be counterproductive. And we did see that some old-school doctors are still very skeptical of these consumer-driven lab reports.
Okay, let's wrap up with a final look at identity and commerce, starting with the branding of the K-pop group Blackpink.
A fascinating analysis of what worked for Rose and Jenny versus the issues Lisa faced.
Rose brilliantly took pink, a core group color, but paired it with red to build your own solo identity while staying connected.
And Jenny had the Ruby effect. She became associated with the color red. It just fit her commanding artistic identity so well, she even named her album Ruby. It was focused.
Contrast that with Lisa. She had 5 different alter egos: Roxy, Kiki, Vixie.
It was just too complex. In an era of short attention spans, it diluted her impact. Her brand shifted from iconic to just pretty, and pretty fades.
Switching gears to DIY entrepreneurship, Amber Skoll's business, 333, a classic fake-it-till-you-make-it story.
She literally learned how to manufacture jewelry by just starting to do it.
And the business blew up after she knocked off her own high-end gold designs into more affordable stainless steel.
A key detail. She uses custom cubic zirconia that mimic the GIA standards for perfect diamonds. The D flawless color, the warmer GH white, it gives them a more authentic look.
And finally, a glimpse into the professional sex work industry.
The sources noted that for some, it's a very conscious career choice, chosen over conventional jobs because it offered more control, better pay, the universe meeting them halfway.
The major challenge reported is navigating those power dynamics, setting boundaries.
And showing empathy for your past self. Because you can't really train for traumatic scenarios. The lessons are learned, unfortunately, on the job.
What an incredible journey. From tiny electrical impulses in our wrists to these massive psychological and biological forces.
We really saw these key shifts across the board. From mechanical inputs to neural intent. From transactional relationships to intentional presence.
And from just guessing about our health to using scientific precision.
And the central insight for you, the learner, is that whether you're optimizing your body, your career, or your relationships, success really hinges on intentionality and customization, treating all your systems as specialized assets.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you. If AI agents are already replacing admin work, and a beefy eye can type 141 words per minute, the external friction of work and communication is vanishing. So given this rapid liberation from physical constraints, what will you prioritize earning, not just receiving, when getting what you want requires less effort than ever before?